Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Easter Monday, the 21st of April 2025, and today it is the shortest away game of the season, and for it we're heading to the coast for Hartlepool United versus Gateshead in the National League. So I'm in Hartlepool, just went down to the ground to grab a programme now. We're just going to get something to eat, and going into this afternoon's game, Hartlepool are in 11th place in the National League table. Their season is pretty dead in the water. All that's left in it for them now is to make sure that they secure a top half finish. It was confirmed on Friday that it was going to be mathematically impossible for them to get in the playoffs, and they're not going to get relegated either. So for them now it is just about building some momentum and things like that for next season. If they've got any players in their side that maybe want to move on to pastures new, just getting themselves in the shop window, and they'll feel as though they maybe owe us one after the last two games we've played against them. Obviously the 7-1 last March, followed by the 4-3 on Boxing Day, and as I said on Boxing Day, this fixture is very much home team dominated. Whenever it's been at the International Stadium we've seemed to have had the better of it, but down here on the other hand it has been a totally different story. Obviously the last time we were here was our first away game of last season, and that one brought some pretty painful memories, getting beat 2-1 in added time when they'd played most of the second half with 10 men. We never capitalised on a situation when we really ought to, and we're coming into this game now in 7th place in the National League table following Good Friday's loss at home to York City. But we are still in the playoffs by 5 points, and if a situation occurred today in which we won and Southend, Altrincham and Tamworth all failed to win, then our playoff spot would be mathematically confirmed. But until it is, I'm not saying for 1 second that we're going to get in the playoffs. We cannot underestimate just how tough these last 3 games of the season are going to be. Obviously coming down here today, a ground in which we don't have the best of records at, then on Saturday away to Boston, who hopefully for our sake more than anything will have their National League status mathematically confirmed for next season after today's round the games. And of course the last game of the season is at home to Southend United, and it is the situation at the minute is that game could be the playoff decider, couldn't it? Obviously I hope that doesn't happen, and by then we've managed to get the job done in terms of getting in the playoffs, because our home form this season has been, this second half of the season has been absolutely dreadful, hasn't it? And obviously the pitch at the International Stadium certainly doesn't help matters, so I really wouldn't want to be going into that game knowing that we have to get it, either we have to win it or we at least have to not lose it to confirm our playoff spots. So there's a lot of onus on this game today. Maybe if we do win, then obviously the gap between us and the teams below us cannot be any less than 5 points. So obviously, and with 2 games left, you would feel as though that might just be enough. That's what the feeling was a few years ago when we were in the National League North title race. We got 5 points ahead of Brackley with 2 games left, and it felt almost unlosable. It's certainly not over. And I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to think that it is until the maths prove otherwise. But it should be a good atmosphere at this game today. It seems like there's a lot of Gateshead fans in Hartlepool already, so should be He had a decent away turnout by our standards, at least. I do wonder how many like Hartlepool fans will show up to this game. I mean, they always do get good crowds, despite the fact it is a bit of a nothing game for them. But can we do what we need to do and either have one foot in the playoffs or both feet in the playoffs? Let's head on down to Victoria Park and find out how it all unfolds. So the teams are out warming up at Gateshead, getting ready in front of us. I think we're going to be in the black third strip this afternoon by the looks of things. And Hartlepool, getting ready a distance, of course, going to be in the blue and white striped home strip. Anyway, I will see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match. We just knew that was going to happen. Bottlers a lot of this lot, man, honestly. This is absolutely disgusting!
It's not gonna work, man. Yeah, fucking idiot. That wasn't a foul? No. I was on the Sort it out, Dixon!
And then he does that, like, on the wing.
Stop going on the fucking wing!
Half-time, Hartlepool United 2, Gateshead 0. If any of you Gateshead players are watching, you should be ashamed of yourselves after that first half performance, because that was utterly disgusting. That was absolutely pathetic. No heart, no desire, no communication, like no tempo. What the hell is going on? That was beyond embarrassing. That is, I'm absolutely disgusted with that first half display, and honestly, it doesn't even matter if we do somehow come back into this game, because we're shown absolutely no bottle there whatsoever. It has been an absolute joke. Like, Hartlepool have got one recognised centre half on the pitch, and we've not had one shot on target. That tells you everything you need to know about the heart that's in these absolute clowns that are wearing these Gateshead shirts at the minute. It was, and that was absolutely appalling. Like, Hartlepool are just having a total free-for-all all over the pitch, beating us all ends up, and honestly, if this carries on, like, they're genuinely going to they're going to be beating us. Like, they're going to be the ones putting 7 or 8 past us, let alone us past them, like it was last year. Honestly, it is absolutely embarrassing so far. I have never been more outraged by at half time than I am right now. It is absolutely disgusting. Full optimism. 3 got away with that one. That's 3 goals I've been the fault of the goalkeeper. Seven minutes of added time in this game. 7 minutes. It's too little, too late, to be honest. That's it. full-time Hartlepool United 3, Gateshead 2, irrespective of where we end up in the table, a lot, and I mean a lot, needs going over this summer because the numbers don't lie. Since New Year, we've lost 11 games. We've conceded 66 goals this season, and while we're on the subject of the goals, how many of those were completely and utterly preventable? All 3 of theirs today for a start. 8 home losses since the New Year. The numbers don't lie. It is absolutely abysmal, and really today the scoreline flattered us in the end. We got the goal back just after half time, and our tails were up a little bit, but I always just felt as though we just did not have enough in us to get back into it, and the fact of the matter is we left ourselves with far too much to do after an utterly appalling first half. The second half was only better than the first half, on the basis of just how bad the first half actually was, like literally at the point where you can't really get any worse, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason why we looked better in the second half, because of just how bad the first half was. We just had all the wrong ideas today. It was clear from the offset and what have you that Hartlepool weren't overly comfortable dealing with crosses and that kind of thing, but I hate singling out players, I really do, but at what point do you say enough is enough with a goalkeeper? Because it is just the same things over and over again, and at some point something just has to give, unfortunately. You look at it when George Shelvey plays, his position's a lot better. He's just much better with his shot stopping, his positioning. So yeah, and I think you can tell as well. Defensively, we look more confident with him in goal. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who the back line is, but that is a massive opportunity missed today, and it doesn't help that Southend and Altrincham both won, which has set up a pretty nervy last 2 games of the season. Obviously, next up for us is Boston, who I think lost today, so they're not exactly safe yet either. So it just gets less than ideal. But as I say, I think at this point it doesn't really matter whether we finish in the playoffs, don't finish in the playoffs. Because if we do finish in the playoffs, all that's going to happen is we're just going to go straight into them and get knocked straight out. I just cannot see any other outcome, and but it's obviously not just us that are in that mix for a playoff spot and have been pretty poor of late. You look at Halifax, got absolutely battered today. Rochdale only drew at home to already relegated AFC Fylde, so it does seem as though nobody wants that last playoff spot. But I'm obviously looking at it from the Gateshead point of view, and and the fact of the matter is, you can dress up the second half all you want, or at least we won the second half, that kind of bollocks. But there was absolutely no hiding place for that first half. It was utterly disgusting, and I'm not even going to attempt to hide that. The players have got absolutely no hiding place tonight. The manager's got no hiding place tonight. As I said, a lot needs going over this summer, because this second half of the season's been completely and utterly unacceptable, and if it doesn't change, then we are going to be in a pretty grim relegation battle next season, and that is the way it is, unfortunately. Obviously I know we have to wait and see what happens on this ownership front, but regardless of who's running the show, the big decisions need to be made with regards to playing and managerial personnel this summer, because it's not worked out. It's as simple as that. Magne, I think everyone wanted it to work out for him. You can tell he is passionate about the club, but I just think a lot of his decisions in regards to substitutions, how he's set up, and all that kind of thing. It's just not really worked out, and if we get in the playoffs, it'll be by virtue of limping over the line and maybe a little bit of dumb luck here and there. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Wednesday night with some Wearside League action. It's Coxall Athletic versus DNS Valley. So until then, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.